Are you feeling disconnected from the world around you, seeking a deeper understanding of nature and yourself? Imagine tapping into ancient wisdom that empowers you to harness the elements and unlock mysteries that have captivated humanity for centuries. Welcome to the enthralling world of traditional witchcraft, a path where you can reclaim old-world magic to enrich your modern life. In this video, we're diving into the basics of traditional witchcraft, how to start, the practices that bring you closer to the natural world, and the rituals that connect you with the powerful energies around us. Whether you're looking to enhance your personal power, explore spiritual depths, or simply find balance in your daily life, this journey is tailored for you. Have you ever wondered how to blend ancient traditions with your everyday routines? Or how to use nature's gifts to manifest your intentions? Stay tuned as we unlock the secrets of traditional witchcraft, offering you practical tips and insights that you can apply directly to transform and uplift your everyday experience. This is more than just learning, it's about transforming your very interaction with the world. Let's get started. But what means traditional witchcraft? Traditional witchcraft refers to various forms of witchcraft practices that are rooted in historical, cultural, and folk traditions. These practices can vary widely depending on geographical locations and cultural backgrounds. Generally, traditional witchcraft emphasizes a connection to the natural world, the use of local folklore, the practice of magic, and the honoring of spirits and deities specific to the culture from which the witchcraft originates. In Europe, for example, traditional witchcraft draws on pre-Christian beliefs and practices, often focusing on the wise woman or man of the village who used herbs, spells, and rituals to heal, protect, or divine. In other parts of the world, such as Africa or the Americas, traditional witchcraft might blend indigenous practices with elements from other spiritual traditions. Traditional witchcraft differs from Wicca, which is a newer, more formalized system of witchcraft developed in the mid-20th century, characterized by its specific rituals, gods, and ethical codes. Traditional witchcraft is often more personal and less standardized, deeply intertwined with the cultural and historical context of its practitioners. The origins of traditional witchcraft are deeply rooted in ancient practices and beliefs, varying widely across different cultures and regions. Let's focus here on the Europe region, since the majority of materials and searches about this theme are focused on this region. In fact, the concept of witchcraft, as it was known in medieval and early modern Europe, was often used by authorities to describe any form of non-Christian or heretical practice, and many times it was associated with negative stereotypes and fears about sorcery and malevolence. The movement to rescue these traditions and cultures is recent. These days, people start to understand the traditional witchcraft as a positive connection to historical roots and spiritual traditions, and this ancient culture reborn in the modern society. Working with magic and traditional witchcraft involves several foundational practices and principles, deeply rooted in the culture, beliefs, and natural environment of the practitioner. The subject is vast, and needs some time to be digested. Let's introduce some basic information about these practices. Traditional witchcraft emphasizes a strong connection to the natural world. Practitioners often work closely with the energies of the earth, plants, animals, and natural cycles like the phases of the moon or the changing seasons. There are different approaches on how to handle these elements, and even different weights of what is called natural magic in different traditions. Herbs, stones, and other natural materials are commonly used in spells and rituals. Each ingredient is believed to carry specific energies or properties that can aid in particular types of magic, such as healing, protection, or love. Another important aspect for the traditional witchcraft is the ancestors' honoring. This can involve calling on ancestors for guidance, setting up altars, or performing rituals that pay respect to those who have passed on but whose spirits are still influential. Many traditional witchcraft practices include forms of divination, such as tarot reading, scrying, when you use mirrors or water to see visions, runes, bones, and others. Divination is used to gain insight into the past, present, or future, or to communicate with the spiritual world. And what about the spells? Well, spells are intentional acts of magic designed to bring about specific changes. They can be spoken words, elaborate rituals, or simple actions performed with magical intent. Spell casting in traditional witchcraft is often closely tied to the natural and lunar cycles, the spiritual world connection, and deities, but we will talk about that later. Another crucial part of the tradition is to cultivate your personal power and intuition. This involves developing a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the universe, often through meditation, visualization, and other exercises that enhance psychic abilities. Many of the spells and rites present into the traditional witchcraft are intended to evolve this personal power and intuition, while reinforce the psychic abilities and communication with the other world. Through the many years of existence, the traditional witchcraft adapted itself to survive. The worshipped deities were a clear indicative of this movement. Many modern witches prefer to honor some deities from pre-Christian pantheons, like Bridget, the Celtic goddess of healing, poetry, and smithcraft, Cernunnos, horned god of animals and nature, and Morrigan, goddess of war and fate. The Norse pantheon is popular as well, with figures like Freya, the goddess of love, beauty, and fertility, Odin, the god of wisdom and war, and Thor, the god of thunder. In fact, any deity or pantheon can be added into the traditional witchcraft practices, even from monotheist religions, like what happened with the Stregoria, the traditional Italian witchcraft that used Christian elements, like the saints, as part of the rites. In traditional witchcraft, the approach to these deities is often less formal and more eclectic than in organized religions. Practitioners might focus on personal, intuitive connections with the divine, integrating various aspects of folklore, historical reverence, and individual experience into their worship and magical practices. This personal connection means that the deities a witch works with can be highly personalized and adapted to their unique spiritual journey. Today, traditional witchcraft is practiced by individuals who are drawn to the historical and cultural roots of witchcraft outside the more modern, organized forms like Wicca. The practice varies widely around the world, influenced by regional, cultural, and individual factors. Today's traditional witchcraft practitioners often integrate their magical practices with daily life in a modern world. This might include using spells and rituals for personal empowerment, mental health, and coping with the stresses of contemporary society. There is a growing interest in reclaiming and revitalizing ancient or indigenous practices. This includes researching historical texts, folklore, and oral traditions to reconstruct old beliefs and rituals that were suppressed or lost due to colonization and modernization. Many contemporary practitioners of traditional witchcraft blend elements from various traditions to create a personalized practice that resonates with their personal beliefs and experiences. This can include mixing Celtic, Norse, or Slavic elements, among others, depending on the individual's heritage and interest. While some practitioners are solitary, working alone and developing personal rituals, others form covens or small groups. These groups often focus on specific traditions or shared practices, and they can provide a sense of community and shared learning. Worth to alert that, although the perception of witchcraft has changed significantly, with greater acceptance in many parts of the world, practitioners can still face misconceptions and stigma depending on their location and the cultural context. How to start with this practice? Well, you already started watching this video. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel and be alerted when more videos are launched, going deep into specific topic. Anyway, let's list some of the action you can do to begin with this journey. You can start by reading and research about the history and practices of witchcraft. Focus on the traditions that resonate with you, whether they're tied to your own heritage or simply spark your interest. Books, reputable online resources, and academic texts can provide a solid foundation. Traditional witchcraft is deeply connected to nature. Spend time outdoors, learn about local plants and wildlife, and observe the lunar and solar cycles. Understanding your natural environment is key to practicing effectively. Practice meditation and visualization. These techniques are fundamental in honing your focus and intention, which are crucial for effective spell casting and ritual work. Start with simple guided meditations if you are a beginner. Begin with simple rituals and spells. Start small with rituals that resonate with you and are manageable. This could be something as simple as lighting a candle with intention, or a small ritual to honor a new moon. Create an altar. This serves as a focal point for your magical work. It doesn't have to be elaborate. A few meaningful items that represent your spiritual journey can be enough to get started. If possible, connect with other practitioners. This could be through online communities, workshops, or local groups. Learning from others can provide insights and enhance your practice. Keep a journal to document your experiences, feelings, the rituals you perform, and the outcomes. A witch's journal, or Book of Shadows, is a personal account that can help you refine your practice and keep track of your spiritual growth. Develop your own ethical guidelines and philosophy. Consider what you believe and what you aim to achieve with your witchcraft. This will guide your practice and help maintain its integrity. Be open to learning and adapting as you grow in your craft. Traditional witchcraft is not static, and your practice should evolve with your personal and spiritual development. Remember, the journey into traditional witchcraft is deeply personal and varies by individual. Take your time, be patient with your progress, and stay true to what feels right for you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.